seconds or so left after the ball went over for that winning point.
Well, we knew when the ball would go dead, the game was over. We knew we'd played our 2 minutes of injury time, and once the ball would go dead, the game was over. And fair play to our boys; they weren't satisfied with the draw. They kept the ball on play and they kept looking for the score. And Ryan Henderson kicked an absolutely superb point after missing a very easy chance, which I think even two minds were to go for the goal or the point.
Because he had Brian Mallon, I think, unmarked.
Yes, just before that. But I'm very pleased for him. He showed great courage in taking the last shot and taking the responsibility of taking the shot and sticking the ball over the bar.
What were you expecting from Laois tonight? Because they got a tanking last day out, and one wondered what kind of a team would turn up tonight. I
was expecting exactly what we got. I've been here before, not with Armagh, with other teams, and we know exactly what you get when you come to Port Laois. I also knew that the last time that the scoreboard didn't really, when they played Donegal, the scoreboard didn't really reflect that game. It probably was a 5 or 6 point game, not as big a beating. And then today we knew that Laois had 6 players back, that some of the Port Laois boys back, and they had players back from injury and suspension. And we knew that they were going to be up for it, and they were going to be very difficult to beat at home here.
They found it very difficult to get to grips with Stevie McDonnell in the first half.
They did, yes. Well,
6 points for him.
Yeah, Stevie, he's continued in the form that he had before the break, and long may it continue.
But in the second half, they seemed to marshal him a lot more.
They did, yeah. Well, probably in the second half, at times they seemed to get nearly 2 men back around him a lot of the time, and but Stevie still caused them an awful lot of trouble, and the other players chipped in, and we got the scores to win the game.
What was your take on the sending off? Was it a harsh one, do you think?
I could think it was harsh enough, but the lad, he knows, Francine Lowe, that he was a bit silly for running into the back of someone, when the ball was stopped. Nobody knows that better than him. He probably was a bit uptight, coming on for the first time this year.
But yet, when he went off, it seemed to free up Armagh a lot more. They seemed to make use of the being a man down in a curious sort of way, and the same for Laois. When they lost their man, it became a much more open game in the second half.
Yeah, well, I think history Laois showed when a team loses a man, players will respond to that, and they'll double their efforts. And we made a massive effort for the next 15 minutes up to half time, and then just before half time things were levelled up, and Laois came out and dominated the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Now Ronan Clark, it was his first game after a long time. You brought him off late in the second half. Was that because he was injured or what?
I just felt that he looked like he was tiring, and we took him off. Obviously it's early days for him. We don't want him pulling up with any injuries. It's his first full game this year.
So a long way to go. Paddy, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you. Not a problem.